Hey guys, nothingwire.com, and today we're going to take a detailed look at the brand new Blackberry Z10. It's the latest flagship from the Canadian mobile giant. So let's take a look at the hardware first. You see from the front side, it looks a great deal like the latest iPhone 5. But on a closer look, you'll find that there are many differences. First of all, the front side is dominated by the 4.2-inch LCD screen. It's very glossy, as you can see. It'll attract lots of smudges. These areas are matte as well as the side areas here, and you will see a slight backward curve there. So on top of the screen you have the earpiece there, the 2MP front camera. There is an LED notification light here and then a sensor. Below you have the Blackberry logo, and you will have the hotkeys here. So on the left side you have the micro HDMI port as well as the micro USB port. Below you have the lone speaker. On this side you have the volume rocker with a multifunctional button here. This works as a play pause button while in music, mute unmute button, and also it holding it long enough will take you to the voice command. On top you have a mic, the power cum lock button, and the 3.5mm jack. The back side has the 8MP back camera along with the LED flash and the brilliant silver Blackberry logo there. Now the back flap is removable. It has a very nice rubbery texture. However, for a flagship device, such a premium device, we just found the back flap to be somewhat not as premium as we would have liked. You can see the gaps are clearly visible, and there is not oneness, or you can say continuity here. In fact, there are holes here with which you can open the back flap, but you do not need to open that from that way. Anyway, the gaps here are so large that you can literally house your nails anywhere and then pull it off. So once you take it out, you have the battery here, 1800 mAh battery, space for your micro SD card, and then your micro SIM card. So you're gonna put it back again. Utility wise, the back flap is quite good because it gives you that much needed hole while on the move. Yeah, so that's about it about the hardware. So let's quickly show you the display now. So there you see, it's an LCD display, but it's not as reflective as some of the other devices. Also, it's quite sharp and bright, although you cannot compare it with an AMOLED display. For example, when I compare this with my Note 2, you see there's a slight this guy's icons are sharper, even the viewing angles, you see. But then this is much sharper and brighter than let's say someone like Xperia Z. Also, the hotkeys that are the dialer, search, and the camera buttons are placed here, which effectively makes the actual viewing space less than 4.2 inch. Yeah, so that's about display. So let's take a look at the user interface now. The Blackberry Z10 runs on the latest Blackberry OS 10, which is built from scratch up to be fully touch optimized and not those bragging adjustable OS like the ones on the Storm. You have the screensaver on top, so it shows you the battery level, your signal levels, time, date, some quick notifications, and the quick camera button. So you can drag down to go to the sleep mode, where you will only see the clock and the alarm. So you do not need to wake this, you do not need to press the power key to wake the screen. You can just drag it up and it will unlock the screen automatically. This thing, however, can be changed in the settings if you are one of those extra cautious types. So you can go to display and you can select allow gestures when locked to off. So here you have the main app deck there, and then you have the Blackberry Hub residing besides the app deck. So you do not have a kind of a home screen where you will put widgets and other stuff like the Androids, nor the live tiles of the Windows, nor the only app menu of the iPhones. You have kind of a mixture of all experience here. So on this menu you can drag down it and you will get to the quick function toggle button. Now the Blackberry OS 10 is largely based on gestures to control the whole thing, so that it makes it very easy to operate the whole phone with one hand. Now I'm going to show you some of the important gestures that you need to learn to successfully operate the Blackberry OS 10. One of the most important gesture is dragging up. So wherever you are, you go to the end of the screen and just drag up to see the quick notifications here. You cannot tap it here to go to that particular one. To go to the Blackberry Hub, if you're interested in looking at them right now, just drag it towards right and you can see whatever new messages or mails or notifications you got. This is what Blackberry calls the peek feature. So you can just peek what's behind the screen to look at whatever new notifications you see. Now if you choose to read them right now, you can go to them straight away and go and read them. The next gesture is, as I showed you just before, dragging down there will take you to the quick function toggle menu. You can also, if you have BES installed and you want to keep your devices separate for personal and office, you can hold this and dragging it down. I do not have BES installed, so I cannot show you, but you'll have a personal and a work tabs here, and you can use this device successfully and divide all the data, permissions, security levels according to whether you're using this device for personal as well or for your work purposes. Okay. So now another gesture is when you're in an app, you can quickly drag it up and then leave to take it to one corner of the running app screen. This will continue to run in the background while you can start another app, let's say the Remember. Drag it there again, there you go. You can start another app, let's say the Weather. Now some apps, when you leave them and put there, they will give you a live widgets animated kind of stuff like this weather just you saw, but while it's not the same case with others. So you can have a lot of background apps like this list will keep on growing, so that's a great way to switch between apps. So I'm going to show you the Blackberry Hub quickly. The Blackberry Hub is where all your incoming items reside, whether it's a message or a mail or a call log or your Facebook friend request, Facebook status update, Twitter, anything. But you can have your dedicated tabs here. There you see notification, BBM, text message, Gmail, everything. You can also have their own apps here, let's say BBM or text messages, but surprisingly there is no dedicated mail or Gmail app. So you'll actually have to go to the hub or go to these particular email IDs to see all the mails. You cannot go there from your app menu. The three hotkeys stay here at most of the time, if not all: the dialer, the search button, and the dedicated camera button there. So I'm going to quickly show you the dialer here. That's the call log. I do not have a call log. You have your contact menu and the dialer. It does not spring up the name whenever you start typing here, which is a big turn off for us. It also does not have a dedicated video calling button. Apart from that, the search, with which you can search the whole device at any time. That's the camera button. I'm going to show you that in a bit. Let's go to the settings now. There you see Blackberry Z10. You have a lot of categories here. You can check out the hardware details. There you see it has 16 GB of internal space, 2 GB of RAM, and by the way it runs on a dual core 1.5 GHz processor. You can see the OS 10.0.10.648, and you can see other host of information there. You have your network connection. You have your network connection tab, notification, system volume, accounts, so you can set up all these accounts. There you see, as the display. Now here you do not have an auto brightness option, so this device might not adjust its brightness according to the surrounding light condition, which is again not a very clever thing to do. You have your language settings there. Blackberry ID, Blackberry Protect to keep a track of your device if it's lost or stolen. Then you can add your payment options there and your accessibility options. Yeah, so let's quickly show you some of the apps now. So you have the contacts app there. You can search for any contact or add it from here. You have the browser, which is one of the best thing about the Blackberry OS 10. It's totally desktop grade, and let's say when we open nationalgeographic.com, it's a very content heavy site where you have lots of multimedia content, but as you can see the Z10 renders it perfectly like your notebook or your desktop. Pinching zoom is very smooth with no data loss. So by default it will load the mobile version of the website if it has any, but you can switch to the desktop version here in settings. Let's go to settings, and you have all these options. You have flash player support. You can switch to a desktop mode or force desktop mode on a web page, which shows you by default the mobile version of the page whenever it detects a mobile browser. You can open a new tab from here, history and bookmark. Inside any app, if you're dragging down from the screen, you will get more options if applicable. So let's go to nothingwire.com. Our site is a responsive site, so it will appear mobile optimized. There you see, again it renders it perfectly. Now let's go to a flash site to see how the flash player performs. Let's say I know one website, that's the marutisuzuki.com, that still uses flash on their site. So you have Flash by default disabled. It will prompt you, this site appears to use Adobe Flash extensively, so enable Flash. The moment you enable Flash, it will reload the site and it will show you all the Flash content there. Perfect. And you will see in settings you have settings, you have the Adobe Flash player turned on now. Let's check out the HTML5 performance to show you how incredible this browser, incredible and versatile. Let's see, it shows your browser scores 485 and 11 bonus points out of 500 points. If you don't believe me, you can go to compare it with other browsers and you can see the first place in mobiles is in fact the Blackberry 10 browser. Second is the Chrome mobile browser, which comes at a distant second with only 417. That's how incredible this browser is. You have your calendars, there's nothing much to talk about it. You have BBM again, nothing much to talk about it. So BlackBerry has chosen to keep their most important or most popular apps almost as they are, which of course was the right thing to do. You have the text messaging there. So let's show you the keyboard ones. Now the keyboard has another bit of cool animation. So the moment you start writing something, let's say I'm writing my name is nothing, my is fine, my name. So you see that it already predicted that name and it shows it just above the next character you're gonna type in. So you see that you're gonna write name, so just drag it up and you see the nice little animation with which it goes up and finishes on the line. So my name is nothing. So there you see nothing. So you see. So it has a nice little animation there, which might not be very fast for some people because it does not have the swipe feature. But then once you get used to it, maybe you'll have fun typing on this keyboard. There you see the landscape layout. Yeah. So you have your Blackberry World, which is BlackBerry's own app store, an aggregated app store where you'll have all kinds of apps like games, apps, musics, or My World, that is your own apps. You also have the categories there. Reminder is kind of a note where you can have new folders according to the category, let's say travel or work or house, and then you can have new entry inside each folders. You see? Docs to go is document to go's BlackBerry app. It's the full version, so you can create documents or edit them. Then you have the pictures where all the pictures are stacked up. Do you see? You can long press a particular picture to pop out a host of options. This is slideshow. Then you can play it wirelessly onto another device. You can edit it. You can set it as a wallpaper. You can share it, or you can select more of those. So once I say more of those, you can select others. You can also share it via all these options. You also have a nice little edit app where you can add your artistic touch to it. You have black and white, or Lomo, or antique, or sepia. You can also crop this device. You can enhance, or you can add various styles to it. The music app again shows your songs according to the following tabs. You have your recent ones, which is very useful, by the way. You have your libraries where all your songs and albums are listed. So no folder options here. Then you have a playlist. By default it already has 3 playlists there, all songs recently added and by year. The moment, let's say, you go and play something, you can shuffle it, shuffle all, you can play all, search, or select multiple items and play them only. See? However, the moment you play something, you do not have options of adding equalizer and other stuffs. Also, let's say if you do not have the information on some, then there is no way to pull in the information from net, for example. Which is again why some people call the Blackberry OS 10 half-baked, or let's say more than half-baked, but kind of a version 1.0 software. The video app will list your videos. It can play 108p videos very seamlessly, and again holding on to a video will let you edit it. You can trim your video, you can crop it. Do you see? Or you can enhance the video. As you can see, this list grows longer and longer. You have Story Maker, which I personally like, with which you can create a new story. You can add your pictures and other stuffs here, add your music and give cool animation and make a whole video out of it. So go to quickly create, and then let's say I'll select this. Like this. Okay, so I go to next. I select a song, let's say from sample songs, Gone Fishing, then I give all these names, and then it will make a story out of it. So that's the name of my album. I can also add new effects to it. So a quick way to present, let's say, your trip photos and videos in one file to the world outside. So you have some third-party apps like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Foursquare, you have YouTube, you have Box and others. Now let's check out the maps, which is quite a disappointment for us, especially for the Indian users. As you can see, moment you search something like Bangalore, which is a pretty obvious choice, it won't show you the Bangalore of India, it will show you stuffs from outside India. You see, even if I search Delhi, India, it won't show me the New Delhi in India. It will show me all results from outside India, mainly from the US. However, if I search let's say San Jose, and I say search, it will quickly search San Jose there, and it tells me it is 7,600 kilometers away from here. So I can okay, so I quickly go to map now, and you'll see everything around San Jose. I can also go to the navigation mode to go to any places, but it does not show anything of India. A great disappointment to us. You have the game app where you can be connected via your BBM and play games with your friends. You have a newsstand, and in the newsstand, good thing is, let's show you. So it gives you free news content for some time, and then you can read 20 minutes for free every month if you'd prefer. You can see you have a 7-day of trial and then 20 free minutes every month. Then you have your voice control now, which can be activated by going to this app, of course, but also by long pressing this particular button while anywhere. So long hold is the voice control. It's not as efficient as Siri, let's say, but it's there, and I'm sure BlackBerry will make it better in subsequent versions. You have your weather app, which again does not give you much option other than switching your temperature units. You can add other cities here though. Moment you go to hourly, you cannot change it back to day again. You'll have to go to another day and then come back to it to get the day. You have some other usual apps like clock, calculator, compass, and you have your file manager, which is again pretty basic, nothing much to talk about. Smart tag to scan your QR codes, or you can make an NFC tag here. Print to go is for wireless printing, and that's about it. So let's check out the camera. It's again a very basic interface. You have the 8MP snapper on back and the 2MP front camera. The 8MP is an autofocus camera, the front camera is fixed focus. There you see you're in the still mode, in the image stabilization mode. That's a quick way to go to the gallery. So in still mode, the menu will give you, that's the way to switch to your front camera. You only have 3 shooting modes. You have about 5 scene modes there. You flash, and you can choose the aspect ratio, but no control over image size, no panorama, no HDR, nothing that have become a norm in the flagships nowadays. When you switch to the video mode, you even reduce the shooting modes to 2 and auto modes to 3. You can have the LED light on while shooting at night, and you can choose to shoot in Full HD or HD. That's it. Then BlackBerry has what they call a time shift mode. What this guy does is that the moment you click a photo, it will take multiple photos in burst mode, starting from a few moments before you shoot the photo to a few moments after, and then you can fine-tune the photo or the faces to show the desired face that you want. So let's show you a demo of it. So let's say we go to the YouTube here, and then go to any videos, let's say a news video like this. Yeah, and you can click a photo just by touching on the screen, or with the volume up and volume down button, but not with this button. This could have been a better choice. So let's go and quickly click the photo now. So there you see it gives a square on the face. So the moment you tap the face, you can actually choose to have the face in a different mode. There you see. Tap it, and it will show you that you can choose to save or delete it. So that's time shift. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it. Let's show you the gaming performance once. So it plays 3D games pretty smoothly, and you won't see any stutter or any lag in the frame size anywhere on the game. Do you see? I've muted the sound for the review purpose. So there you see it shows the graphics, renders them perfectly. No lag in frame at all. Yeah. So that's the Blackberry OS 10. It's a valiant attempt from the Canadian phone maker to regain the lost ground. I would say it pretty much covers most of the intended grounds, but then being a version 1.0, it has a few rough edges here and there. But I would give it to Blackberry to take out a fully touch optimized OS that is finally fit for a flagship. Thank you.